Right, evening guys, it's Jeff, back again. I haven't made a video in a little while. Just gonna spend a few minutes talking about this particular thing. So I'm just sort of sit here and drink a beer while I just give some thoughts on this really. Um, I'm gonna talk a little bit about this John Chau story. This is a story about the young American missionary who was killed by tribes people when he tried to proselytize to them on North Sentinel Island. It's been all over the news the past few days, and it's a lot of discussion about this on social media, and a lot of varying opinions. Obviously, from sort of a lot more people on the side, maybe the religious right side of this, who see him as some sort of a martyr to his faith now. But even, as I say, even amongst the secular community, there's a bit of a divided opinion. Some people see him as, it's a lot of people on the secular side see him that he's the villain of this story, really, and not, and again, there's other people within sort of secular atheist community who see him in a way as something of a victim himself of his own religious ideas, I suppose. So I'm just going to weigh in, and I guess I fall slightly more towards that side of him, in a sense of this guy being a bit of a victim of his own religious ideas more than anything else. So that's kind of where I lean with this. But let's just go through some of the facts. What do we know? What do we know about this, really? Okay. We know he made several attempts to try and reach this island. Okay. He knew going in this was potentially dangerous. That it's okay. Fredel, we don't know an awful lot about the Sentinelese people. One thing we do know is they don't tend to like outsiders. They have been known to be hostile to outsiders. He knew what he was doing was illegal. It is against law in India to travel there, because it does kind of come under India, but it is illegal. Some of the fishermen who he obviously bribed to sort of take him there have been arrested over this. So the other thing the other thing is, now there's talk of, can his body be retrieved? So there's an awful lot to get through there. I don't know if I'm going to get through this, but these are just this is kind of what we know, really. There's no doubt what he did was very foolish, in my opinion. What he did was very foolish, and it's been brought up by a number of people, and correctly so. What he did could have been very potentially dangerous to the Sentinelese people, because there's a very good likelihood that they do not have immunity to Western, diseases or anything. I mean, he could have been, for all we know, he could have been carrying just something like the common cold, and for all we know, that could be fatal to these people. We don't know. We really don't know much about them, but there's a good chance, very high chance, they would not have an immunity, and you are risking. He's kind of risking their lives as well, attempting to do this. So yes, so there's a lot of things here. I'm gonna say I don't see the guy as a martyr. Of course, I mean, me being an atheist, I don't see this guy as a martyr. I do worry now that, because now that I do worry about this, and that is that a lot more religious zealots in the wake of this are going to now know about the Sentinelese people and whatever, that they will someone else might try to go there and proselytize to these people, and I really hope they don't. I really just please just leave these people alone. And same to me about any attempts to try and go there and retrieve the guy's body. I know that must be difficult for his family and so on, but I just think it's clear to me it's just the wisest thing to do is to leave these people be. I mean, look, if God or Jesus wanted them converted, you know, I think I suggest one of them gets off of their almighty arse and goes and converts them themselves, okay? That's my message to the religious folks, okay? You know, so, now, yeah, so my opinion on whether or not, because some people really see him as a villain in this story. I don't. I think he was obviously very zealous, but in his own mind, he thought he was doing the right thing. And well, a lot of people can say a lot of bad people in their own minds think they were doing the right thing. You know, I'll give you that point. But you know, did he deserve to die? I don't know if I could go that far. I think he was foolhardy. He knew he clearly knew the risks he was running. And you know, it's just sad all round. Really, it's just very sad all round. This guy, and it's maybe it's just something I just can't relate to with religion and so on. But this guy, you know, really, I feel threw his life away for nothing, really, because you know he didn't believe his life was his own. It was his mission to convert these people. I just think it's a bit sad to me, you know. But this isn't the greatest video I know I've done, but I just think this whole thing is a bit sad, really, and it doesn't need to happen. It does not need to happen. I think this is just something I think people got to learn from with this. As I said, we do not know an awful lot about these people. It's believed that that no one's really had much contact with them, and they've been here on this island for thousands of years. Okay, they've still got very much Stone Age technology. We don't know anything about their cultures, their belief systems, really. I mean, even people on sort of tribal communities, some nearby islands, apparently do not know much about the Sentinelese. You know, because there's been efforts to try and communicate before, and even where people brought tribes from sort of nearby islands, and they couldn't really communicate with the Sentinelese. So we really don't know much about these people. And the one thing we do know is they want to be left alone, and I think that is the message from this. Leave these people be. You know, as I said earlier, if there's a God and he wants them converted, let him get off of his almighty arse and do it himself. Okay, so, but yeah, I think, and just to sum up, yeah, I know this has divided the secular community a bit as well. I think, but I see this guy. This is quite tragic. I believe in a way he was a victim of his own belief system, really, and his own bad ideas that he'd been indoctrinated with. So I think it's quite sad. I would just suggest people, I would suggest people go to look up to the Thinking Atheist video channel. Seth Andrews did a very good, for about half-hour long monologue on this, which I think sums a lot of stuff up very well for me, and I would suggest people go and check that out. Okay, because I don't think this is the greatest video I've made, but I just kind of wanted to weigh in my 2 cents in on this, just because of I've just seen a lot of polarization going on, even between people in the secular community about this. You know, so yeah, those are my short thoughts on it, really. I'll see you guys later. Okay, salute.